A minor choice here in Chapter 3. It has no bearing on the overall story whatsoever. It involves the blue-eyed lass at the House of the Night in Vizima. After you talk to Patrick DeWazy, and he sends you back here to figure out who is controlling his sister, you'll get into some dialogue with the Lady of the Night. You'll get a romance card possibly if you want to see that in its blurred beauty. I have another guide on it. I'll be skipping it here. And then Patrick DeWazy and his knights come in for you to make the choice.
You wish to ask me something?
A vampire haunts this house. The marks on the neck of one of the girls.
I can name quite a few ordinary animals that leave marks such as those.
The girl's brother believes she would never work in a brothel of her own free will. He believes she must be spellbound.
And you believe that? Don't be naive. The girl lives like a princess here. She wears the finest silks. Clients sell their estates to spend a single night with her. She enjoys servants and comforts you couldn't dream of. Her brother wished to give her in marriage to some old fool with hemorrhoids larger than a... no matter. She, on the other hand, desires to be a princess of the night, an eternally beautiful forbidden fruit. Vizima's dream.
What are you talking about?
I sensed that when I drank her blood. What are you looking at? Yes, I'm the vampire who haunts this house. Yet I never kill. Blood energizes me, like alcohol does humans. In any case, I've never hurt a soul.
This is nonsense.
My daughters and I drink our customers' blood. We never kill. Their blood pays for our services. Everyone profits.
And the blue-eyed girl?
She summoned me herself. In her dreams, fantasies, she yearned for freedom and eternal beauty. We're not monsters, Geralt. I'll offer you a deal. One night with my daughters in exchange for peace. For forgetting this entire matter.
And if I don't consent?
Someone will die. You, me, the blue-eyed girl? Would it be right to choose death? Even the death of a vampire?
This choice here doesn't actually matter overall. It's just whether or not you get the romance card.
You win. I'll leave you be.
Come, dear daughters. Time to show the Witcher the source of all legends about the House of the Night.
Traitor! I knew I shouldn't trust a Witcher!
Why this intrusion, knight?
I had you followed. You've consulted with a vampire, and you'll die with her!
Don't do anything stupid. No one needs to die here.
You have proven yourself the stupid one, Witcher. Now reap your punishment.
Stop! You don't stand a chance against us.
Us? My dear sister, we are here to save you, to lift this evil spell that binds you.
There is no spell. Your sister is here of her own volition. She was unwilling to spend her life washing dishes and spreading her legs for a rotting old man.
Enough lies! Attack!
Wait.
And this is where you get the choice. You can either side with Patrick and slay the vampires. You can stay neutral, in which case I think all of them attack you. Or you can side with the sister and the vampiresses and fight Patrick. Let's stay neutral first.
Figure this out, the two of you. This is none of my concern.
You promised us respite. You lay with my daughters, and now we're of no concern. You two-faced scoundrel.
I didn't want to.
He ploughed the she-vampire, I knew it! Flaming Rose, attack! Attack! Fight!
Leave me be, murderer.
I had no choice. Your brother.
Shut your trap! Take what you will and get out of my life, butcher!
You don't understand.
You're the one who doesn't fucking understand. You marched into my life, boots and all, and destroyed it. You killed those I held dear out of greed for my idiot brother's gold. Out!
And very clearly, she is not happy with that choice. Now, what happens if we side with Patrick?
I'm a witcher. Witchers slay monsters.
Geralt of Rivia was different. He would never go back on his word.
Sad as it is, I remember nothing.
You remembered your duties at the last instant, Witcher.
It is done.
You nearly buried us. Give thanks you saved my life, for only my gratitude will keep me from recounting what I saw here.
What are you talking about?
You could be hanged for consorting with vampires. Sister, come.
But I was never under any spell.
Silence, woman! We'll find you a husband who will beat this nonsense from your head.
If instead you want to double back here, not get the romance card, and still side with Patrick, just say that Witchers slay monsters, nothing personal.
Witchers slay monsters, vampire. Nothing personal.
Pray that you're as able as legend claims.
This of course leads to just another fight with the vampiresses, this time without Patrick's aid because he didn't barge in on you.
Yes?
You will then have to come down to Blue Eyes and take her to Patrick yourself.
The vampire's dead. Your brother awaits at the new Naracourt.
You killed her!
Yes. Go back to your brother. Given what happened here, customers aren't likely to come back anytime soon.
You son of a bitch! Who gave you the right to ruin the lives of others, to decide their fate? You know what you are? A hired assassin killing for a handful of gold. And Madame spoke well of you.
She was a vampire. A post-conjunction relic.
That's nonsense. You've destroyed our lives, mine and all those here. Now we'll have to work the streets like cheap whores.
You don't have to sell yourself. Go back to your brother.
Know what, Witcher? I have a task for you. Kill my brother. How much do you want?
I don't kill humans.
I hope your cock turns blue and rots off, murderer. Be gone.
Where's my sister?
At the brothel. I slew the vampire, so if she wants to, your sister will come back.
The vampire concerns me little. Return my sister to me.
The vampire's finished. Where's my payment?
You'll not see a penny until my sister returns home.
Ah, you people will never change.
And even then, he refuses to pay you. What an asshole. So if Patrick's the asshole, why don't we just side with the vampires, get the romance card, and let Blue Eyes here, just do what she wants to do?
She's right. There's no spell your sister chose.
Witcher, you just dug your own grave.
I may indeed have dug one, but not for me.
How much longer?
I regret this had to end so. These men doubtless promised you gold. I could grant you a share of my profits.
What now?
Now, business will return to normal. We simply need to clear the corpses.
And the girl?
She'll do as she pleases. We'll let her rest for a time.
So there was no spell?
How should I know? I cast none. Spells can often be hard to distinguish from fascinations.
I killed humans, and I should be killing monsters.
The lesser evil, Geralt. You must choose it at times to avoid the greater evil that lurks in the darkness. It was my first time witnessing a witch's sword in action. I've no desire to see more.
Your brother is dead.
Finally, he got his just desserts. That fool nearly ruined my life.
No regrets?
None. You have no idea what horrors I experienced before escaping him.
He'll torment you no more.
Thank you, Witcher. Thank you for your humanity.
And with that, Blue Eyes is happy, the vampires are happy, and they paid me, so I'm actually happy. Everyone
I work too much.
important and alive is happy. This next decision is one of the first ones in Chapter 3, and I don't think it actually has any consequence cutscenes to it, but I feel like it's important to note. You get a choice here whether to let DeWitt go after Thaler or you can save him. If you save him, he lives, and you can get something from him in The Witcher 2 if you import your save. And if you let him die, well, you don't get that in The Witcher 2, but he does still show up in The Witcher 3, so take that how you will.
Geralt, don't listen to that piss-swilling cheat.
What's wrong, Thaler?
He's involved. The counterfeit royal edicts.
But I thought...
Where'd you get the royal seal, you ball-licking bastard?
How dare you accuse me, mongrel?
You believe the seal's fake?
Clearly. If this is a royal edict, where's Foltest's signature? Geralt, this is a provocation.
The king need not sign every edict. The seal is authentic.
You lie, DeWitt. I can prove it and you'll hang.
You can prove nothing. Surrender and live. Stay out of this, Witcher.
Never! You won't take me alive, you bastards!
You don't fool me, Thaler.
Then I must defend myself. Die, sonny!
That was the right decision, Witcher.
I did what I had to.
He should consider himself lucky. That bastard deserved to hang. Oh, and forget what you saw here, Witcher.
Why?
We'll all be better off if you do.
And you can, of course, also just let him live.
Thaler walks.
You will regret this, Witcher.
Thanks for your help, Geralt.
You best disappear for a while.
Good idea, but I must speak with you.
Later. I need to do something.
Fine. Meet me at the new Naracourt.
With him living, you can go back to the new Naracourt and talk to him, and he'll tell you about the royal forgeries and the edicts that are going on, and it's a big plot point with the story, so you might want to let him live. You just might want to. The next big choice here in Chapter 3 is actually a three-way choice. When you first encounter Vincent Mayes as the werewolf, you can choose to kill him or spare him. And it goes a little further. If you do spare him, you can also choose to cure him of his lycanthropy. But we'll get to that choice later.
Geralt.
You know me?
It's me. It's me, Captain Vincent.
This explains your disappearances at night.
I was covering you. Those imbeciles didn't even crawl from the sewer.
You want thanks?
Just tell me what you learned.
I'll say nothing, monster. Witchers kill monsters.
Even useful ones.
Monsters are monsters. Defend yourself.
Very well.
If you do decide to kill Vincent as a werewolf, when you go to the new Naracourt at the end of the chapter to attend the meeting, you will be stopped by guards for suspicion of murdering him.
Witcher, just like I said.
Geralt of Rivia, you are under arrest for the murder of Captain Vincent.
What? Captain Vincent?
I saw him fighting Vincent. It was night in the closed-off part of the city.
When our medic saw the body, he claimed the wounds were caused by a scythe, its blade facing upward.
I told them how sharp a witch's sword is.
You don't understand. Vincent was...
Enough excuses. Your devilish magic will not work on us. For Vincent! Grab him!
Fools.
For the gold, they say.
Vincent, werewolf mice. Tried to control his thirst for blood, select his victims, but he was a beast. A deadly monster. His men respected him. Refused to know the truth. Refused to acknowledge anything that might blemish the deceased's good name. They had to eliminate the captain's killer to prevent this truth from getting out. They should have listened to reason.
And at the beginning of Chapter 5, you won't be stopped by Maus either.
Greetings. I'm Captain of the Guard now.
I'm thrilled.
Stand aside. We're arresting the troubadour Dandelion for spying for a foreign monarchy.
Who, me?
You're under arrest.
Calm down, Dandelion. I'll see what I can do.
I'm no spy. I'm a poet. Carol, don't let these sons of bitches...
Dandelion, calm down. I'll talk to Velerad. He should be willing to help.
How reasonable, Master Gerant. But only the king can pardon him.
I'll see you later, Captain. Stay safe, Dandelion.
And the final consequence for killing Vincent Maus as a werewolf, let me pause it here before that catches up to me. It happens in the epilogue, and this is an interesting consequence because it ties into another choice with Princess Ada. So I'm going to do this one first. If he killed both the Striga and the werewolf, then this is who you get in the epilogue.
Surprised? We're not so different after all. I am your hatred for monsters.
What are you going on about?
You detest monsters as much as I do. You saw through both Ada and Vincent. That demands respect.
Go to hell, Duet.
Despite your insults, I shall help you battle the Grand Master. Though in the grand scheme of things, it matters little which of you dies. Either way, there will be one monster less.
So yeah, if you kill both of them, then you get DeWitt, of all people, as your ally in the final battle. So what happens if you instead try to spare Vincent Maus?
Nothing special.
We're on the same side.
Why should I spare you?
Why wouldn't you?
You kill humans.
How many have fallen by your sword? I'm not a monster on the inside, unlike you.
You're right. Appearances don't matter.
Thank you. Let us both be on our way.
This time when you enter the new Narracore, it'll go a little bit differently.
You're in danger.
What? Why?
The militia learned of your meetings. Salamandra has spies in the army. You must flee.
No, I won't. I must speak to the others.
The Salamanders will be here soon.
So I'll face them. You run.
Are you mad? I knew you wouldn't run. I even counted on it. Don't get yourself killed.
You too, werewolf.
This is...
Will you fight alongside a werewolf? Our trap worked both ways.
Not entirely.
Surprise.
Let's dance. I let Vincent live. A deadly beast. A changing world. New, more dangerous monsters. Fistek. Slavery. Banditry unpunished. Werewolves are no longer the enemy. No longer the evil lurking in the dark. A dark avenger. Keeper of peace. The world's changing. And Vincent's a decent werewolf.
And when you get to the dike in Chapter 5...
I knew you'd be back sooner or later. You missed a lot.
Greetings, Vincent. Why are you here?
I'm responsible for King Radovid's safety while he's in Temeria. We'd be deep in it if anything would have happened to him.
Has Foltest returned?
Yes. He's in old Vizima. Knowing whose orders we're following really boosted morale.
I need to get into old Vizima. I stand a chance of getting in alone, but not with... Do you follow?
What's going on?
I have a job for you, Dandelion, regarding King Radovid. The Witcher's flapping tongue would be a liability.
Why do I think you're up to something?
It's true. I'm not suited to converse with kings.
Done. Dandelion, wait for me at the King's camp. Geralt, do what you must.
Finally, here in the epilogue, this time I have spared Vincent and killed Princess Ada, so we get Vincent here.
Look, Geralt. Humans, monsters. Easy to mistake one for the other.
I trust your judgment.
The Grand Master is the vilest kind of criminal. We need to stop him.
Let's go then.
Just like old times.
If instead you want to go the route where you want to cure Vincent Maes of his lycanthropy, after the fight with him or the sparing of him, you'll come here to the swamp and talk to Carmen.
Witcher, I'm Carmen. Remember me from Vizima?
Why are you in the swamp? It's dangerous.
I had to come here.
What's wrong?
I can't bring myself to say it.
You seem distressed and scared. Maybe I can help, but you'll have to tell me what's wrong.
My man... He's sick. I have to help him before it's too late. He's a werewolf, and I don't want him killed.
Werewolves are tough to kill, and witchers don't always kill monsters. Whenever possible, we lift curses and spells. How are you planning to help him?
Fat Sophie told me the druids may have a potion I could buy.
That's possible.
Witcher?
The swamp's too dangerous. I'll ask the druids for medicine for you.
Thank you. I'll wait at home. The building opposite the tavern in the slums.
Yes?
I come on behalf of a woman whose beloved transforms into a werewolf. She wishes to find a cure.
You're a witcher. You should know how to treat lycanthropy.
I may have known once, but I can no longer recall the method.
I know several cures for lycanthropy, though I've not put any to the test myself.
What of a magical cure? An elixir?
I know not how to prepare one. You should question an experienced alchemist. I have heard a shirt made with fool's parsley may help.
Really?
Yes. Gather 5 leaves of fool's parsley, and tell the woman to weave them into a shirt. Then her lover should wear it for the night.
Thanks for the advice.
There is also one folk remedy. I'm embarrassed to mention it, but it is said pure, unconditional love changes beasts into men.
I'll remember that, too.
Remember this. Lycanthropy is a disease that penetrates ever deeper. Before endeavoring to remove the curse, you must make sure the werewolf is still a man at heart.
Why?
If he is not, he'll continue the slaughter, even once cured. Remain nothing more than a monster.
I see. I'll try to learn the werewolf's identity.
Yes?
Farewell.
Greetings. You've returned safely.
The Hierophant revealed the cure for lycanthropy, but I must know your beloved's name.
I'll not betray my man's identity. I'd rather he stay a werewolf.
Carmen, I already know that Vincent's the werewolf.
Please don't hurt him.
I'll try to help him. Listen carefully.
Yes?
I spoke to the Hierophant about your man's affliction.
Oh.
Overnight, Vincent should wear a shirt woven from fool's parsley, and the spell will be lifted.
That's what I'll do.
I brought the parsley leaves. Weave a shirt for Vincent to lift the spell.
Thank you. I'll start immediately.
Did the shirt cure Vincent?
It was terrifying. The moon appeared, Vincent transformed, shredded the shirt, and ran off.
Calm down, Carmen. Maybe another method will be more effective. Can you make a potion to cure lycanthropy?
Never tried.
The potion's for a werewolf, the beloved of a young woman.
Usually I'd refuse, but I owe you. Let's see. Ingredients, check. Equipment, check. Come back later, okay?
Did you finish the lycanthropy potion?
Yes, but she will administer it at her own risk once she drops in one of her tears. The potion needs a virgin's tear to work.
Wait, you said nothing about a virgin.
You said a young maiden. I assumed she wasn't yet married.
Kalkstein. You need to get out more. Where will I find a virgin?
A virgin's tear is vital. It can't be difficult to find one.
May I help?
Forgive me. I need a virgin's tear to cure a man's curse.
A surprising proposition.
I thought you could help.
Helping others is my calling, and you found the right person. I'll shed a tear for you.
Thank you. Here's a magic potion against lycanthropy. It should help.
How will I repay you?
Don't tell anyone I did this for free. I have my reputation.
I'll give this potion to Vincent.
Did the potion work?
Oh, Master Witcher. I made certain Vincent drank it, but nothing happened.
We'll find another way.
Yes?
I've heard stories of true love changing beasts into men.
But we make love regularly.
Love means more than frolicking in bed.
I know Vincent doesn't love me. Sometimes when he's angry, he calls me a vile whore.
Carmen.
I know I turned tricks, but for him I'd agreed to be like other girls. Damn it. I'd even learned how to embroider.
Listen, it's clear Vincent's lycanthropy isn't your biggest problem. Tell him you love him and how you tried to cure him. If he's not a complete swine, he'll react.
He's unsure, torn between me and his work.
He needs to set his priorities straight.
Witcher, please talk to him. He's at the station.
Greetings.
Carmen asked me to see you.
Witcher detective turns Witcher therapist.
In brief, Carmen doesn't like you being a werewolf.
What's your beef? It's not my choice.
I can lift the curse, but you must desire it. You want to be with Carmen?
Witcher...
Will you give up your superhuman strength for love?
Strength I use against evil.
Strength that will one day consume you. You still have a choice.
I'll think about it, Witcher.
Love can move mountains, but...
It must be true.
I saw Vincent.
Oh, Witcher, I don't know how to thank you. I'm awash in happiness. We had an honest conversation. I told him everything, how much I love him.
Finally.
He said if I cared so much, maybe this love deserves a chance. First time I ever saw him cry.
Sometimes the simplest solutions are best.
But that's not all. I haven't found hair in our bed recently. Maybe... Never mind, I don't want to jinx it. I have to believe that everything will be all right.
That's good to hear. True love can work wonders.
And finally, if you have cured Vincent Mayus of his lycanthropy, when you enter the new Court, what's gonna happen?
You're in danger.
What? Why?
The militia learned of your meetings. Salamandra has spies in the army. You must flee.
No, I won't. I must speak to the others.
The Salamanders will be here soon.
Then I'll face them. You run.
You must think poorly of me if you believe I'd let you face them alone. I expected you'd stay and fight. My people are ready. They volunteered.
Don't get yourself killed. If anything should happen to you, Carmen...
will understand.
City guards? How did you...
You're not the only ones with informers in the army.
Vincent, siding with the Witcher was foolish. You don't stand a chance.
We'll see.
You should be Salamandra! You had to write your name down.
Tough cop. Whore from the slums. True love. Love that overcomes a powerful curse. A fairy tale. In a world dominated by scorn and meanness, a world full of bandits and murderers, true love can still work wonders. Lost causes are worth a struggle. A fairy tale.
Imbeciles.
So yeah, this time he brings a whole squad of guards with him to defend you. It's worth noting that this doesn't change much in Chapter 5 at the beginning or in the epilogue. Vincent will still show up and he'll be a werewolf in the epilogue because that's not real. And in Chapter 5, he will still just take Dandelion away for you. Nothing really changes there. Your big romance choice for the entire game takes place here at the end of Chapter 3. You'll go to get Alvin from the hospital, and Dandelion will lead you to this door right here in the Temple Quarter, where you'll fight some Salamander guys, and then you'll have the choice of whether to take Alvin to Triss or Shawnee.
Whoa, that's a lot of blood. Geralt. And here's the boy. See? Where would you be without me?
Shh. They're coming. Grab the kid and go out back.
You heard them outside? Amazing. Okay, I'll take him, but where?
Take him to Shawnee. She'll know what to do. Triss will be pissed, but can't worry about that now.
Whatever you say, but I'd avoid angering a sorceress if I were you.
Get going.
Okay, I'll leave the boy with Shawnee.
Is all well, Geralt?
Is Alvin safe?
Yes. Dandelion brought him here and explained. I'm proud of you. I knew I could rely on you. I'm delighted you brought him to me. One last matter. Return to that sorceress and inform her the child stays with me. Finish the deed once and for all, if you please. When you return, I may well show you some of my own magic.
Well, if I must. All right, I'm on my way.
I knew I could trust in you. I've given a lot of thought to the future. To us.
Shawnee.
Unlike that witch, I can't read your mind, so if you have anything to tell me...
Shawnee, I need to think. I'm not normal.
Stop playing the alienated mutant. I hate that. Take some time to think. And when you decide, you can give me a symbolic gift. Say a ring.
Shawnee.
No gift will also mean something. I'll be waiting. I love you, Geralt.
Geralt.
Triss? Shawnee has the child. I think he's better off staying with her.
Do you have any idea what you've done? You've sold out the city for a redhead. Get out of here before I turn you into the pig you are.
Based on who you bring Alvin to in Chapter 3, he will go to a different spot in Chapter 4 when he leaves Alina's house.
Why do you seek me?
I'm looking for Alvin.
The boy is Quicksilver. He's everywhere. If he's not in the village, go to the riverbank. Alvin likes it there.
Thanks.
You saved me. I was scared.
Everything's all right.
I know.
Why were you playing by the river?
I found a wounded dog. Shawnee says we should care for those who get hurt.
What was I thinking? Pick up sticks? Maybe we could settle down together? At least I stopped short of proposing. Shawnee deserves someone normal. Someone who will care for her, not wander the world risking his neck for a handful of coin. I have no right to put her and Alvin in that position. I'm a witcher. Sometimes I truly regret. I miss them. Her.
And now, giving him to Triss.
Take him to Triss. She's a sorceress. She'll protect him best.
Oof. Doubt that'll make Shawnee happy. But it's better than angering a sorceress, I guess.
Get going.
Okay. I'll leave the boy with Triss.
Geralt.
Triss, about Alvin.
Mm-hmm.
Is he safe?
Yes. Dandelion brought him here and explained. I knew I could count on you. Is Shawnee clear about this? No? Then go tell her the boy stays with me. End it.
Well, if I have to. Though I'd rather face a swarm of ghouls.
Geralt.
I'll see you later.
Is all well, Geralt?
I left the boy with Triss to keep him safe.
How could you? She cast a spell on you. Out of my sight. I will forget your very name.
Geralt.
I spoke with Shani. She understood, but didn't take it too well.
I'm glad that's settled. Alvin needs someone who knows magic. Geralt, I wanted to talk to you about the future. About us.
Triss.
I'm not jealous. I'd just like to know where we are.
Can't this wait? I have this job. Clients getting impatient.
Please think about it, Geralt. We needn't talk. A symbolic gift would do. Say, a ring?
Couldn't you just read my mind?
I could. But I don't want to. If you give me a ring, I'll treat it as a pledge. If you don't, I'll try to understand. See you, Witcher.
And of course that changes where Alvin is in Chapter 4.
Why do you seek me?
I'm looking for Alvin.
If he's not in the village, check the fairy tale ruins nearby.
Thanks.
Geralt of Rivia himself. You're renowned in the ghost world.
Alvin, step away. Summoned ghosts can be very dangerous.
I just wanted to use the power like Triss.
Normally I'm kind, just lonely of late. I'd like Alvin to keep me company playing dice. He's a clever boy.
Leave him alone.
A classic solution, then. Let's play for him. The loser leaves the boy to the other.
It's worth noting that you can play him in dice poker, or you can just do this.
Move away.
You saved me. I was scared.
Everything's all right.
I know.
What drew you to these ruins?
The hermit told me they were magic. Triss said I'd learn to cast spells someday. I like magic.
Happiness never lasts. I had no right to expose Alvin that way. The salamanders don't know the concept of mercy. They'd stop at nothing. I wasn't made to be a father. I'm a witcher. Sometimes I truly regret. I miss them. Her.
Both of these choices, Triss and Shani, they do play a little bit in Chapter 5. The opposing one that you didn't choose will be very upset with you throughout Chapter 5 when you get to them, but they will still help you out. So I didn't really feel the need to go over them in this video. It's just different dialogue, nothing really important. Your next big and final choice here in Chapter 3 will lock you into a side for the rest of the game, so it is very important. You will do a side quest from either Siegfried or Yavin, who can be found at the swamp, and after you're done, this will decide whose side you help in the big Gold Rush quest.
Witcher, you alive?
That was worth more than you can imagine.
Yavin will pay your price.
Interesting. We found nothing.
Thanks, and farewell.
Kedmil, thank you for your help, Wolf.
My payment?
300 orens. And forget what you saw, Dwan.
So Gold Rush will usually start as soon as you get out of the sewers after completing that quest, and you'll just head over to the bank and talk to Velerad.
The Scoia'tael are robbing the bank!
What's happening?
Armed robbers have taken over the bank and are holding hostages. Siegfried's leading the assault.
Always the hero.
Geralt, they need support.
I believe you want to ask for another way in, otherwise you'll be locked into helping Siegfried.
Is there another way in?
I wouldn't advise a frontal assault.
Velerad, hurry.
Perhaps you can enter through the warehouse connection.
Warehouse?
A pedestrian overpass links it to the town hall. It's unused, but I have a key.
Unused?
The women who work at the town hall speak of ghosts.
Give me the key.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to negotiate.
I'm no good at negotiating.
Meaning?
Yavon's downstairs.
I detest you, Dwan.
Ellerin. You know the story of Ellerin, Witcher?
No, but I think we have more important things to think about.
The White Rose of Sherwood, known to dwarves and humans as Ellerin. 2 centuries ago she led the elven youth into battle. Our elders were against it, knowing that success was out of reach, knowing they might not recover from defeat.
Yavin, the knights are preparing to attack.
Ellerin, the White Rose. She roused the youths to battle. They grabbed their arms and followed her into their last desperate fight. They were massacred, mercilessly.
Yavin, the bank is surrounded.
They died saying her name, repeating her call, her cry. They died for Sherwood and for Ellerin, just as she had promised, with dignity, heroically, with honor.
Were you there?
Have you made your decision?
What decision?
You can't straddle a fence forever, especially if that fence runs through the middle of a battle.
Are you trying to recruit me?
No. With your conscience, you're hardly suited to be a revolutionary.
So?
I had a reason for telling you about Ellerin. There's a war on Geralt, a war for survival, for freedom. You don't have to be one of us to help us. Many serve our cause as best they can, and you're best at slaying monsters.
Ellerin. Freedom. Beautiful ideal. I'll join you, but remember, Yavin, victorious revolutionaries become statesmen. Those who are defeated are labeled criminals.
Well and truly said. But we're stuck here. Monsters block our way out.
I said I would help. What do you want?
Our mission was to find documents that would allow Vivaldi to recover his bank. Only right, wouldn't you say? Yet we find ourselves trapped. Kikimore's blocking our escape. We plan to flee through the sewers.
I'll see what I can do.
Go, White Wolf. Look out! The Kikimores are everywhere.
Strange. Kikimore's outside their nest.
Something's not right here, Witcher.
I'll clear the passage.
Problem solved. That little foray was impressive.
All in a day's work. I hope my help doesn't go to waste.
I'll get the documents to Vivaldi. Maybe he can take the bank back.
Your chance to return the favor, if you're an enemy of Salamandra.
They're also Dwan, but they bother me more than most. What's your offer?
I have powerful friends who see a way to destroy that organization.
I can't say I'm keen to see that happen. But since you helped me...
Does that mean you'll meet with them?
When and where, Wolf?
At a tavern in the trade quarter. The new Nera Court.
Vizima is heavily guarded. But for you, I'll find a way. See you there, Wolf.
It'll be worth your time, I assure you.
Depending on how you got through Gold Rush, you will have a different faction siding with you in the fight against Salamandra at the end of Chapter 3.
You finally arrive, Wolf.
Greetings.
We were waiting.
Decided anything?
Yavin has decided to cooperate.
Under certain conditions, Dwan.
We'll deal with those conditions later. Everything's ready.
Ready for what?
Teleportation, Wolf. Thanks to the stone you commandeered.
Triss will teleport you and Yavin to the Salamander base, where you'll open the gate.
When?
That's the final point we need to decide. Quiet. I hear footsteps.
The door is locked.
Open up! In the name of King Foltest and the Flaming Rose!
It's Duet.
I didn't foresee this.
We know about your illegal gathering with the elf. Open up, or you will hang!
Sorceress, teleport us now. My unit is ready.
Are you crazy?
He's right, Geralt. This may be our only chance. Akimbaga hara.
I once saw a mage who emerged from a teleport without his legs. They arrived 5 seconds later.
On 3, we break the door down!
Maybe there's another way.
Dakambra der Hadrin.
Gwynblade, we have no time to lose.
Yavin, you're here after all.
There's no time. Open the portal and let my unit in.
Where's Triss?
She stayed behind to deal with that lunatic DeWet. She told me to warn you that Azar has gained immense power thanks to some book.
I know the story.
Gwynblade, my brothers in arms await. Would you take on the entire Salamandra base yourself?
Any ideas?
The Salamanders enter their base through a magic portal created years ago by my kin.
Can we use it?
Triss claims it can be activated using a power stone. Luckily there's one there on the right. Unfortunately, it's guarded by a mage.
As the major choice that locks you into one side or the other for the rest of the game, this has reoccurring consequences at the end of Chapter 4, right after you get the sword from the Lady of the Lake.
Geralt of Rivia. I've oft heard of your death.
Forgive me, but I don't think I've ever heard of yours.
White Rayla. What brings you here, Witcher?
Slaying monsters. Nothing unusual.
Have you seen a unit of elves in the area?
No, no units.
Watch what you say. You're hardly untouchable. If I discover you working with the Scoia'tael...
Threatening me?
No. Merely helping you to avoid a serious error whose consequences might prove too dire for you to handle.
You watch your step too. I'm not some emaciated elf. I can defend myself.
I don't doubt it. Know that Vizima is burning. Non-humans have turned it into a war zone. Those poor starving elves are murdering humans by the dozen. My orders are to halt the unit Taruvialep Shahil commands, and I won't have you getting in my way. They're cowering in the village and have taken hostages. We'll attack soon.
Losses will likely run high.
Strange words, given your new friend is that murderer Yavin. I know you had a hand in the bank robbery. By some coincidence, the Scoia'tael have carried better arms ever since. Whatever the case may be, these peasants gave the unit shelter and food. They are guilty of treason.
I won't let you slaughter these peasants.
Ha! Would you take us on? Very well. Speak to that elven bitch. If they lay down their arms, I guarantee a fair trial. For them and the peasants.
Hold off attacking until I get back.
You have my word.
Geralt of Rivia. Taruviel spoke of you.
What do you want?
I lead the reinforcements Yavin sent to help Taruviel. As you can see, Vivaldi's gold is finally serving a just cause.
Arms bought for stolen gold. Admirable. If you've come from Vizima, then you led White Rayla here.
Unimportant. Taruviel could hardly run forever. The Order's hounds cannot be outrun. She should see this as an opportunity to face and defeat her persecutors, and then return to aid Yavin.
You're giving Taruviel no choice, and now you need me to kill the knights.
Taruviel is a living symbol of our struggle. She has no right to turn and flee. You've done so much for us already, so stand with her, with the persecuted, against those who are blinded by hatred.
Why would I do that? For some of Vivaldi's gold?
No. To support a just cause and prevent a massacre like that in the outskirts. And to save your Alvin from the Order's bloodthirsty lackeys.
Geralt, why have you come?
I've come to prevent a massacre.
There will be no massacre if they let us depart.
You could have left the children alone.
In faith I could not. White Rayla stands on that shore. Several peasant corpses made no impression on her. The children halted her advance.
I want to help, but you must release the hostages.
I know you're a friend. Some Scoia'tael from Vizima joined us recently. They spoke of you, of how you helped Yavin at the bank. The Havkaran are once again supplying arms and provisions, for they believe Yavin will pay them.
I'm glad, but...
Help us flee under cover of night. We have no wish to fight. With luck, none will be harmed.
Agreed.
And tell Dandelion he may well get shot if he continues to hide behind the house.
Mahakaman safes designed by gnome engineers. Masterful locking spells. Battle-hardened war veterans. 500 years of experience. All this to keep your coin safe. Absolutely safe. Don't believe the hype. The forces are balanced. Rumors of riches stolen from the bank have drawn food and weapons suppliers. Riches that humans stole from Vivaldi earlier. The Scoia'tael won't admit it, but the fight for freedom is easier on a full stomach in decent armor.
Geralt, what now? Leaving's not an option. You'd make enemies of both the Order and the non-humans.
I'm not worried about that. I'd rather save Alvin, but if I go, there could be a massacre, and I have friends to think about.
Witcher, this feels like a pivotal moment. What you do will have consequences. So do we grab Alvin and leave them to it?
And you'll find that at this point, you no longer have a choice to help the Order. If you help the Scoia'tael in the bank robbery, then you don't get a chance to help the Order later. At this point, you only have a choice between the Scoia'tael and staying neutral. If instead you prefer the Order over the Scoia'tael, then instead of doing Yavin's quest in Chapter 3, you're going to want to do Siegfried 6 feet under. It'll involve you going into the cemetery over there. There's going to be a ghoul, there's going to be other Scoia'tael. No matter how you finish it, you will get Siegfried's gratitude.
I'm listening.
Details are unimportant. I solved the cemetery problem.
Tell me more.
Besides the talking ghoul, the Scoia'tael played a role, robbing graves and slaying anyone in their path. But...
A talking ghoul? Perhaps you've taken one elixir too many. What happened?
I slew the murderers, but couldn't save the humans thrown to the ghouls.
Eternal fire, how terrible. The Order thanks you, but cannot give you full payment since innocents died. I pray you understand. Onward, knightly brethren!
And just like with the Scoia'tael, since you're in town now, a little kid should be running up to you and telling you that the bank is being robbed. I find it usually happens right about here.
Master Richard!
What, boy?
The bank's been robbed! Master Velerad said we should fetch a Witcher!
What's going on?
Follow me, Master Geralt!
You'll find that the Gold Rush quest plays out a little differently this time. We're gonna want to wait for Siegfried.
Let's wait for Siegfried.
He's coming!
Just in time.
Sorry I'm late. I was assembling the assault force.
Greetings, Siegfried. Shall we negotiate?
It's about time we did something.
How do we get in?
We got the key to the town hall. We'll surprise them from the back.
I thought we were negotiating.
I'd rather negotiate without an arrow in my eye. We'll go through the back of the town hall.
Let's go.
Situation under control. We're in! Onward!
Is it true you wish to negotiate, Dwan?
Dwan? Dwan? Who is this Dwan they're incessantly going on about?
It means human, Siegfried. Yes, we're here to negotiate.
With terrorists? Never!
Bloody Dwan.
Good point. Attack!
For the Flaming Rose! Flaming Rose! Witcher!
Yes?
To the vault! You must get their leader.
But...
Before it's too late. Quickly!
You killed elves. You killed our people. What does that get you?
Yavin, calm down. You still have a choice.
No, Dwan. You chose for me when you raised your arm against us. At him!
You chose wisely. The Order of the Flaming Rose will be grateful.
Siegfried, what are you doing here? You shouldn't...
No time to explain. Yavin is escaping into the sewers. The eternal fire guides me.
Let's just get him.
It seems he escaped.
But we expelled him from the bank.
Thanks to your aid. How can I reward you?
You can help me dismantle Salamandra.
Interesting idea. But how?
I have certain powerful friends who know how to destroy that organization.
Am I to be embroiled in some political plot?
Siegfried, we've gone through so much together. You trusted me at the bank.
All right. Any details?
There's a banquet every evening at the new Naracourt Tavern. Come by tonight.
I'll be there.
Wait for our sign.
And of course this time, instead of taking Yavin and his Scoia'tael to fight Salamandra, you will be taking Siegfried and the Order of the Flaming Rose.
Geralt, we were waiting.
Greetings.
I was worried.
Decided anything?
The Order is apparently willing to cooperate.
We will rid Vizima of this evil once and for all.
Misunderstandings do arise between different members of the Order, but I take it we're clear about what we're doing.
Misunderstandings?
No matter. Apparently we're to be magically transferred somewhere.
Triss will teleport you and Siegfried to the Salamandra base. You'll open the gates for the knights.
When?
Still needs deciding. Quiet. I hear footsteps. Was I followed?
The door is locked.
Open up in the name of King Foltest and the Flaming Rose!
It's DeWet. Traitorous monk. A disgrace to our profession.
I didn't foresee this problem.
Siegfried, I know you're associating with that witch! You're finished!
Triss, can you transfer us now?
Is that wise?
This may be our only chance. Akimbaga Hara!
I knew this knight who turned to soup while being teleported.
I'm counting to 3! You're screwed, Siegfried!
Soup? Maybe,
Dark Ambra der Hadrin!
There's no time to lose.
Siegfried?
Open the gate and let the Order inside.
Where's Triss?
She stayed behind to deal with that lunatic DeWet. She told me to warn you that Azar has gained immense power thanks to some book.
I know the story.
Would you take on the entire base yourself?
Any ideas?
The Salamanders are using a magic portal to enter their base. Cursed elven magic.
Can we use it?
The sorceress said it is activated by a magic stone. There is something of the sort in the cave, to the right.
The situation at the end of Chapter 4 with the village also plays out differently.
Geralt of Rivia. I've oft heard of your death.
Forgive me, but I don't think I've ever heard of yours.
White Rayla. What brings you here, Witcher?
Slaying monsters. Nothing unusual.
Have you seen a unit of elves in the area?
No, no units.
Watch what you say. You're hardly untouchable. If I discover you working with the Scoia'tael...
Threatening me?
No. Merely helping you to avoid a serious error whose consequences might prove too dire for you to handle.
You watch your step too. I'm not some emaciated elf. I can defend myself.
I don't doubt it. Know that Vizima is burning. Non-humans have turned it into a war zone. Those poor starving elves are murdering humans by the dozen. My orders are to halt the unit Teruvialep Shahil commands, and I won't have you getting in my way. They're cowering in the village and have taken hostages. We'll attack soon.
I'll talk to the elves. Maybe they'll listen to reason.
Siegfried vouched for you, so I'll give you a chance. Your intervention at the bank prevented the Scoia'tael from gaining gold to buy arms and provisions. Though weak, I doubt they'll heed you. But you never know. Promise them a fair trial if they lay down their arms.
I'll try to persuade them. Wait until I return.
You have my word.
As White Rayla's adjutant, I would like a word with you, Witcher.
I spoke to Rayla. Heard enough for today.
Rayla is an excellent officer and truly detests non-humans. Perfect to lead this mission.
But let me guess. Though she's a mercenary, she has her honor and keeps her word. Yet she's prepared to avert a massacre of civilians, even if that means the elves will escape.
We foiled the robbery at Vivaldi's bank, and the Scoia'tael are weakened. We can afford the best mercenaries, yet we cannot trust Rayla as we trust you.
Looking to recruit me? Am I to stand with Rayla and kill the elves before they murder the hostages? Give me one good reason why I shouldn't just walk.
I'll put it in your terms. Monsters infest the village, hunt its inhabitants. They are destitute and hungry, and all the more dangerous for that. Stand with Rayla, Witcher, with the Order, against these monsters.
Why would I do that? For some of Vivaldi's gold?
No, to support a just cause and prevent a massacre like that in the outskirts, and to save your friends from ravenous beasts.
Geralt, why have you come?
I've come to prevent a massacre.
There will be no massacre if they let us depart.
You could have left the children alone.
In faith I could not. White Rayla stands on that shore. Several peasant corpses made no impression on her. The children halted her advance.
White Rayla wants you to lay down your arms. She guarantees you a fair trial.
You take me for a fool, Witcher. White Rayla exacts only one punishment, death. The unit from Vizima spoke of you. Why should I trust you?
Release the peasants, then you can kill each other as you please.
I shall release no one. Try any of your tricks and these Dwan will die. And tell that singer to cease lurking behind the house before someone puts an arrow in his arse.
One should never negotiate with terrorists. Negotiation leads to concessions. Concessions are a victory for terror. Folks become fearful, uncertain. I chose the lesser evil. The bank's new owners were grateful for the Order's intervention. They agreed to support the crusade against non-humans. We won't need to wait long to see the results.
Geralt, what now? Leaving's not an option. You'd make enemies of both the Order and the non-humans.
I'm not worried about that. I'd rather save Alvin, but if I go, there could be a massacre, and I have friends to think about.
Witcher, this feels like a pivotal moment. What you do will have consequences. So do we grab Alvin and leave them to it?
And just like with the previous choice, you cannot help the opposing side. If you help the Order of the Flaming Rose at the bank, you are barred from helping the Scoia'tael here. It is either the Order or a neutral path.